Whew. I initially wanted to say how much time you got, but in a nutshell, I was from, or am from, Toledo, Ohio, born and raised. I came down to Columbus to attend school at the Ohio State University. Loved my time there, loved the city, and I've been here ever since. So, and what happened was, I typically say that Toledo made the man, Columbus made the artist. So when I came to Columbus, I've been doing performing in front of crowds since 3rd grade, doing oratorical contests, rapping since 6th grade, picked up poetry in college. But it was while in Columbus where I really started to spread my artistic wings and whatnot, and I enjoyed it. And my 2 little people are from Columbus initially now, and this is the home base. I plan on moving in terms of traveling, but this is the home base. Before, you know, it could be summed up with the cute phrase, college boys mind, deep boys grind. You know, that was pretty accurate. I think now it's the same message. It's just no longer in boldface font. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I've embraced being a father. Not that I haven't before, but like that's 75% what I do, or 90% of the reason behind what I do, period. So that's a part of it. I've embraced being a professional outside of the artistic world. I'm a quality assurance manager for a budding nonprofit agency in Columbus, Ohio, and I've been going to conferences and speaking on other things, dealing with the correlation between race and economy and things of that nature. So the art side of me has never died, but the maturation of the artist definitely has improved. So that can't help but come out through the art of what I do. So. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Searius Add. We have some magnificently beautiful people in the audience. So give me that energy, and I'm going to try to give it back in the form of poetry. If that's okay with you all, say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'm going to get out of 6.5. Nice. All right, cool. So I have 4 pieces. I'm going to break these 4 pieces up like 4 quarters in a football game. So we got the first quarter and try to set the flow. What I typically like to do is a freestyle, improv, spoken word piece. Because the idea is, at least when I started initially, if I could do a freestyle piece with the words the audience give me, anybody who comes on the mic after me should feel that much more comfortable, because it's a risk. And I mean literally, it's not a gimmick, it's a risk. You know what I'm saying? Now, over the years, I've been able to cultivate a cool way of doing it, and I tell people simply, if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, act like you ain't here, we'll keep on moving. So with that being said, how we're going to do it is, I'm going to take 7 words from the audience. So think of a word you want to hear in a poem. I'm going into my notepad right now. Hopefully my phone don't die. We're going to keep moving, though. So 7 words you want to hear in a poem. On the count of 3, whatever words you want to hear in a poem, I'm going to write down in my iPad. Wait a few seconds. We're going to count together, and I'm going to start doing a freestyle improv piece based off the words you all gave me. It's my gift to you because I can't duplicate it if it is nice. And fortunately, it's kind of recorded this go-round, so you may can hear the second time, but in many cases, it is what you got at the moment. That's my gift. So that's how we're going to kick off the first quarter. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Whatever words you want to hear in a poem, just yell it out, and we kick it off from there. 1, 2, 3, go! Flowers. Bow. Ramadan. Battiste. And let the record show I can spell that right. Here we go. Flowers, bow, Ramadan, Battiste. 2 more or 3 more. Butterfly. Ooh, profile. That's personal. Photography. All right, we over 7 words and whatever. Harmony. So right now we got flowers, bow, Ramadan, Battiste, butterfly, profile, photography. 2 more. Yeah, 2 more words. Afrocentric. Winter. It's an interesting combination of words. I often tell audiences the words is cool, so I'm going to make it work, but they actually reflect more of the audience than it does me. So whatever audience we have and whatnot, I can typically tell the feel from the words. So I get a whole bunch of raunchy or rancid words and whatnot. It's all good. It's the audience. So here we go. So the words we have are flowers, bow, Ramadan, Battiste, butterfly, profile, photography, harmony, Afrocentric, and winter. I'm an artist for 2 reasons now. 1, because I choose to be. It's not one of those I have to be, I need to be, for even my own ego. It's 100% a choice, a voluntary choice, definitely. That's one fold. 2, I think I've always been an artist. I think with the commercialization and the progression of art as a whole, in particular the performing arts over the last 25, 50 years and whatnot, many artists function as if an industry makes them more or less an artist. And it's quite the opposite. Like, an art exists whether an industry exists or not. The industry does not exist if an artist doesn't exist, period. So I would say as a nut hole, I do it because I want to, and especially at this point in my career, professionally and artistically, I'm at a point where I 100% value the people who value what I have to share. So if I can make that connection, I think that's a beautiful thing. If you can count to 12 without stuttering, say, oh, yeah. If you cannot, we will not judge you. We're just going to keep on flowing like you said, oh, yeah, with everybody else. So this is how we're going to do it. We all going to count to 12. As soon as we get to 12, I'm going to start doing the poem using the words you all gave me. We're going to kick it off like that. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody start counting to 12. The catch is you got to start with 1. Because I had a smart group of like 4th graders, and I said 1, 2, 3. They said 4, 5, 6. Nah. That's my disclaimer now. I say 1, 2, 3, go. Start from 1. As soon as you get to 12, I'm going to be thinking quick how I can put these words in the poem, and do the poem, and we're going to kick off the performance of my set. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When I was younger, I always wanted the power because I identified power as the ability to cause an effect. And my grandmother told me there's no greater power than giving a beautiful woman a flower. I said, hey, that's bold. She says, you have no idea what bolds mean. I said, I do. Because bold to me is building on leadership development. She said, you got to have discipline like fasting during Ramadan. I said, hey, I'm going to walk down the street, get a flower from Battiste Galleria because it's the only African-American owned gallery in the city of Columbus. And when I give that flower to that particular woman, she can know how special she is in my mind. She said, that's beautiful. I said, grandmother, you have given me the idea of a butterfly in the desert because when I see the butterfly, I see hope. When I see hope, I see a rope that I can pull when I'm feeling down. She says, beautiful, because you're going to need that hope when you find yourself profiled. I said, hey, police just might like how I look with photography. She said, that sounds nice. I said, your words are even nicer. She says, as long as you can combine knowledge and wisdom and understanding in a way that bring forth equality to all people, you will have harmony. I said, to me, that is the epitome of Afrocentric. She said, keep that mind state because soon the winter is coming. And that's Flowers, Bow, Ramadan, Battiste, Butterfly, Profile, Photography, Harmony, Afrocentric Winter, yeah! Boop, 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 boop. That's a good question. Now, I'm assuming if you ask me questions, you want honest answers. So I'm going to give you my honest answer. So the disclaimer is all sentiments expressed are from Searius Add, not Afrocentrics Live or what have you. All right. Now you off the hook. Columbus artists. I would say Columbus artists as a whole, whether performing or visual, have more talent than they could ever understand or acknowledge. Haven't had the opportunity to go to various scenes and whatnot. The talent pool in Columbus, and I'm not saying that because I'm in Columbus, because I'm critical by nature, is exceptional. Just in poetry alone, I can like break poetry up in 4 different categories and have a list of 8 in all 4 categories without repeating names. So just as an example, that the talent here is deep. I think the mindset here may be more smaller town than they want to give themselves credit for. I think instead of the embracive, we all doing the art for the art's sake, let's move the art and we cool. Historically, I think as of late, I've seen a big change up. But since I've been here, it's a lot of that big I, little U syndrome. A lot of that, I'm right here, so I can't really rock with you right here unless you like right here. So I see you, but I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of that. Positively speaking, over the last 6 months, I've seen a lot of difference, but holistically speaking, generally speaking, that's one of the things I've seen. All right, so going to the second piece. The second piece I'm going to do, the second quarter, is called Vegetarian Gangsta. This is a really fun piece. The motif behind the piece was when you grow up as African-American in most situations, not all, in most situations, coming back home from college, people looking at you like, okay, what you gonna be doing different? Like everybody told me, not to say anything's negative with it, but everybody was like, yo, you can get a white girl. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna be doing different when you come back? So when I came back and I was like, I'm a vegetarian, I might as well have been like E.T., like phone home, because that's how they took it. So then I looked at it as if, depending on what you ate, that was like the gang you belonged to. And that's how people acted. So if you ate like the bacon, not the turkey bacon, but like the pork maple bacon and whatnot, it's like you was maple block, word up. If you ate like just like the red meat, but you don't mess with the pork like that, because you might did some time in the pen or what have you, you know what I'm saying? You might be like the West Side Red Riders. So I hold this whole thing where like maybe food is like gang culture, and this piece kind of in a parody fashion draws a correlation between what you eat and gang culture. This kind of break the monotony up a little bit. So this is called Vegetarian Gangster. The hours between dusk and dawn are dark and dreary. Each day, an endless night of torture. I'm a POW awaiting execution. This is my story from a small town called Mindset, where spoon and fork create a Mason-Dixon line which separates friend from foe. Each side of town separated by gun lines, occupied by troops, armed and ready to protect their culinary preference with their lives. The dinner table is gangland. On the south end, the South Side Pork Posse, Maple Block, wearing headbands of bacon strips, pootie tang, used like whips, tippy towel, tippy tay. Throw pork chops like ninja stars. Use pig feet as weightlifting gloves. BBQ life tattooed along their ribs. Southside has a lot of pull. Led by Polish boy and OG Gelatin, the Southside ride Harleys because they love hogs. Crip walk to the sound of ham and pineapples. They would eat virtually anything. But they didn't want beef with the West Side Red Riders, a.k.a. Red Nation, a.k.a. Blood of Animal Boulevard. Crimson-colored blades of grass fertilized by slaughterhouse-inspired topsoil. F Maple Block. West Side don't go ham, West Side hamburger. Red Taco Bell, Red Wendy's, Red Waffle House, Red Wendy's, they roast beef. Formed a peace treaty with the East Side Chicken Coop, cluck, cluck. Speak a code language of honey mustard and chicken nuggets. Mercenaries for hire, it does not take much to purchase a wing, war dance to the beat made by a drumstick. The problem was none can trade with the North Side vegetarians. See, the veggies slang kilos of Boca Burger, burn fruit incense and smoke broccoli, worship the Morning Star, flash mob full of vegan practitioners via the exercise of yoga. I was set up. West Side called in Turkey. Turkey, as always, had her legs open towards me. I was ambushed by chicken gizzards. The Zort had Surfside gang ties. They all drew pistols, put guns at my head. Towards the battle of holiday supper, I was charged with forgetting where I came from, because I choose not to forget the rape digestive tracts of men and women who were force-fed scraps, and we laughed, giving each other daps, eating the same thing we do not have to, is what I said. At trial, I was sentenced to death. A smorgasbord was played in my honor for me. Dementia is starting to set in per the aroma from the kitchen. I'm getting weak, but I shall survive. My tombstone will read, I'd rather eat yoga. To me, the cornerstone of any artist, especially performance artists, is authenticity, sincerity, honesty. So if I was born in Australia and I was in the rural Australia area and I was around kangaroos and koalas most of my time and I was an artist, I'm gonna speak from that perspective. Conversely, I was born African-American, use that term. I have a very African-American experience, for better or for worse. I take them both and embrace both sides of it, you know what I mean? So when I speak my authenticity, my sincerity, my honesty, it goes through that lens and wherever I'm at developmentally on a professional or artistic level. So to me, it means everything because there's no separation. It just, whatever I decide to share always goes through that filter. It's just a matter of what flavor is produced as an end result of whatever's being shared. So if you want to hear Value Mistake, say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want to hear American Blue, say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah, okay, I'm going to go with American Blue and whatnot. So I'm going to slide over here. Let's hope I brought the piece now to think about it. Ugh, I did. Here we go. So this piece is entitled American Blue. Wrote it like 2 days ago. Performed it for the first time last night. The idea is, and I don't want to give away too much of the piece, but basically, for me, and everybody view art differently, especially performing arts, but for me, the hallmark of any magnificent performing artist is that honesty, is that authenticity. Can I see how you view the world from your particular angle? And is that real? So it doesn't matter if you're a singer, you're a rapper, you're a poet, you're playing an instrument. I want to feel you, how you view life through your angle, through whatever artistic medium you choose to use. So when I was writing this piece, I saw that the origin, not the origin, but a cornerstone, a hallmark of American culture is the blues. And I don't mean the blues as in just a juke joint shack. I mean the blues as in like that struggle, because there's always someone struggling. I mean the blues as in honest personification of that struggle through your medium. So that was the inspiration behind this piece, American Blue. When honesty sounds like brown liquor, guitar strings sound like condoms breaking unexpectedly after the loud calls and silent responses of Africans to their native kin who sold them to men with lighter skin 400 years earlier. The trail of tears watered the red clay that future poor people would eat. The sharp turn of the 20th century inspired an inertia that turned slaves into sharecroppers before the term blues was used, before Jimi Hendrix dreamed a church in the sky that played songs through colors yet saw no color, before the troubles of modern African-American society. It's right around the time life sprays the perfume of honesty on the nape of her neck, then French kisses depression. Right around the time when the genius of Little Walter's harp-like harmonica was played by the memory of an apathetic mother. Right around the time of juke joint slow grinding of women with Christian intentions to devilish temptation, when water was muddy but still clean, before the assassination of President John F. You ignorant people Kennedy, before hip-hopping and bebopping, after spirituals, work songs, field holler, shouts and chants, when hope shoots dice with despair, bets his last wish. The commentator sings vocals, plucking a guitar, working in Mississippi, Ma Rainey, somewhere in between Democrats and Republicans, unemployment stats and love again, in between 50 stars and 13 stripes, eyes bloodshot red, too intoxicated to be white, is the blues, the soul of America. Oh, you're too kind. Future Searius Add. I am founder and CEO of the 9/10 Group, which is a performance art-based economic consortium. Our cornerstone event is the art of storytelling. We just undergone a lot of changes with the frequency of our events because we have so many other opportunities. But the art of storytelling is coming back the Sunday, August 18th, in the Arena District. That's pretty cool. Aside from that, professionally, I like using art as a tool. So I'm at a point where my career, where we was joking outside, a lot of people may try to book me for banquets or galas or annual events and whatnot. And I take the opportunity, aside it's a good look financially, I take the opportunity to kind of use art to express a medium or express a message to them that they might not receive as embracively on a regular day-to-day basis. So if I'm at a gala amongst a bunch of social bitwigs and whatnot, I can express a sentiment they may not hear the same way if rap is played on the radio. So the last piece actually was inspired by one of my children, my daughter. Now this is the story behind this piece, right? And she has no idea. And that's good, nice, yeah. There's a story behind this piece. And I won't get too long-winded. But first of all, I'd like to say the whole idea, the whole brand of African-American men being subpar fathers as a whole is bullshit, man. And I really hold fast to that strong, you know what I'm saying? And I say that not because I'm a father, I'm actually involved. I say that because I've been to like 4 or 5 father's daughter day dances. Now I will say, going to a dance does not make you a good father. However, each dance at each school, it'd be filled with African-American fathers, or if the father wasn't there, uncle or grandfather, wearing everything from a suit to a white tee, and when they just came off the block. But I'm just here for her, and that's what it is. And I've seen that multiple occasions, so that as a brand is bogus. Now, are there some that fits that brand? Of course. But as a brand overall, that's bogus. Nonetheless, I was at my daughter's father-daughter dance a few months ago, right? And at her school. And we had a good time. I kind of, on one end, I felt bad for the kids because all the music was like 1970s, like Before I Let Go. Dun, dun. And the father's getting it and the daughter's getting it too. It was like how the fuck heaven would look, man. It was some beautiful stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm suited and booted. My daughter's suited and booted. It was a beautiful time. And great time. And it ended at 8:30. When 8:15 hit, the DJ, I get it, but he thought like, okay, we're gonna play some music for the kids. So he played Trinidad James, All Go Everything. Now, you might be aware of who Trinidad James is. If not, you can Google on your own time. I don't knock artists, because the artists in the day is people, and if I don't know you, I ain't gonna say nothing behind your back, I won't say it to your face. I will say it ain't my thing. That's fair. So they played Trinidad James, and we all might have grown up in the age like the teeny bopper era when like a NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or any Bow Wow, and he had the braids and was still dribbling real fast, whatnot, would come on, and like girls would go crazy. I was bugged out because when Trinidad James came on, that's exactly what happened. Now, him being popular, I can get that. Him being popular with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders moved me the wrong way. I was like, now this was high school, I can roll with that. But this is 6th grade. So they're gravitating to stuff they don't even know they might be gravitating to. I had an issue with that. But that was the good side. Because after Trinidad James, they played Chief Keef's Love Sosa. And it was like 92 Backstreet. Like the girls like blew up. Like, ah! And you couldn't even hear this song. They were screaming on the basketball court, in Love Sosa, Rarries and Rovers. I'm like, where the hell am I at? This is crazy. Now, there were some girls who had their father around them who wasn't doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, that ain't for me. And fortunately, my daughter is one of them. Now, I ain't stupid. That don't mean that she don't like the song. I don't know that. She's intelligent enough not to show how much she likes it around me, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't doing it. That's cool. But the girls like, ah. And not that they love the icon in popular music, but the message that they were gravitating to. It's one thing if like a group of boy band singers like, "Oh, I love you, girl, you do," and they was like vibing in that. I'm like, okay, y'all kind of acting grown, but I understand the age, your hormones moving, I get that. But if brothers talking about these blankety blank Love Sosa, Rarries and Rovers, don't even know Rari is short for Ferrari, ain't seen one, can't spell it right, they put it on the test, I had a problem with that shit. So I did what most artists do, which is write about that shit. So this piece is entitled Recipe for Love Sosa Barbecue Chicken. Yes, and that's my last piece. It's the 4th quarter right here. In a large bowl, combine together 3 eggs of poverty, 1 cup of water from tear ducts, 2 tablespoons of cars you have never driven, 2 tablespoons of pepper popularity, a half cup of milk from teenage mothers with adult bodies and baby faces, whisk with the pitchfork of recording industry promise until smooth. In another bowl, stir together the flour of self-degrading machismo, a 1/4 cup of salty lies, 5 teaspoons of self-hatred, garlic-flavored profit, the mesquite seasoning of by any means necessary, inhale the smell, lick the fork then. Fill a large skillet with the oil of confusion. Heat it to another hot summer degrees Fahrenheit, the deadliest January Chicago seen in a decade degrees Celsius. Use the pitchfork of recording industry promise. Pick up 1 chicken wrap artist strip at a time. Dip it into the egg mixture of poverty. Then into the flour mixture of ego. Back into the egg mixture of cars you have never driven. Then into the flour mixture seasoned by any means necessary. Place coated chicken wrapper strip into the hot oil of confusion to fry. Do not overcrowd. Cook in batches. Once chicken wrap artist is browned on one side by the consequence of what he raps about, just flip it over. Sell the people that too. Preheat the oven of life to 300 new rappers want to be just like him degrees Fahrenheit. Butter 1 8x10 glass baking dish. Pour enough Images reality barbecue sauce into the dish to coat the bottom. Arrange the fried chicken wrapper strips in rows. Pour remaining image sauce over the top. Bake for 15 seconds of fame in the preheated oven of life until the Images reality barbecue sauce is caramelized onto the chicken wrappers. Black people love chicken, niggas love Sosa, and the system eats them alive. Thank you.